probably have no idea if an AI recommends your product. Right now, someone's asking ChatGPT for the best tools in your category. Are you on that list? What about Claude? What about Gemini? You don't know, and that's a massive problem. Let me tell you something. Search change. It's not blue links anymore. It's AI answers. When someone asks for a recommendation, it gives them a shortlist. That shortlist is the place where you want to be. If you're not on it, you just don't exist. Today, I'm showing you a Markifact workflow that actually solves this. It will track AI mentions across GPT, Claude, Gemini, and also Google AI Overview, and it will check if your brand gets mentioned. If you are serious about GEO or Generative Engine Optimization, let's build your AI tracker together. Let me show you how to set up the brand mention tracker for your brand. Once you are in Markifact, let's go to the template section and look for AI brand mention tracker. Once you see this page, just click on Use Template. It will create a copy of the workflow directly in your Markifact account. So let me show you how the workflow actually works. Inside a Google Sheet, you will have a column with the different prompts. Those are the prompts that you want to send to the LLM to get an answer. You also need to put your brand and your domain. It will help the automation check if you are mentioned in the answers. The automation will read those prompts and your brand in the template, send it to the different LLMs, GPT, Claude, Gemini, and AI mode. If you want to change the model, you can actually select different models here for each of the node. Once all the LLM give back the answer for the prompt, those will be sent to that AI node that will actually check if your brand is mentioned in the answers, if your link is mentioned in the answers, and who are your competitors also mentioned. It will merge the data and send everything into the Google Sheet. Let's go back into the Google Sheet. You can see that you have a second tab called Results. In this tab, this is what you are going to see. The prompt, the date where the check was made, your domain, and the source. So it's very easy to know on which LLM you actually show up or not. Then you have a column that mentions if your brand is actually mentioned and if your domain, if your website URL is actually mentioned as well. It will finally give you all the other brands mentioned and give you the full answers, so you can check by yourself what the LLM is actually answering for that prompt. I will walk you through how to set up the brand tracker for your own brand. First step is to click on the Google Sheet and actually make a copy. So you will have a copy on your Google Drive. Let's call it dog food AI brand mention for the example. In the first tab, we need to input brand, domain, and prompt. Let's type a random prompt. Best organic food for dogs 2026. For the brand, we will keep Markifact as the example. Let's go back into the automation. In the first node, you will see the select spreadsheet in yellow. It means that we have to select the spreadsheet for the automation to be able to work. Let's click in there, select spreadsheet, and select the dog food AI brand template that we have. That's it. We can run the automation. So it's actually reading the prompts and sending the prompts to the different LLMs. As you notice, the different LLMs are working at the same time. The automation doesn't wait for one LLM to finish to start the other, so it's way quicker. Let's say that if you have different prompts in your Google Sheet, it will actually loop over the different prompts. So that's no problem if you have just one or several. Finally, all the answers are sent to the AI node that will actually process them. All right, the automation finished the processing and is sending all that information into our Google Sheet. Let's check the result on the Results tab. There we go. Best organic food for dog. Is Markifact mentioned or the website mentioned? No, obviously it's false. We are not a dog food brand, so we are not mentioned. What are the other brand mentioned? So you can see here a list of different other brands mentioned in the different LLM that we queried. And finally, you can see here the actual answers that the LLM gave back. So you can actually check for yourself. So this is how you can very easily track brand mentions in LLMs using a very simple marquee fact automation template. In the run that we just made, you can see that the workflow consumed 42 credits. You need to be careful with the model that you are using for the LLM node. For example, here you see that I'm using Claude Haiku, so it's not the latest model of Anthropic. If you decide to only use the brand new model, the very smart one, it's going to cost you a lot of credits. So for example, if I use Claude Opus, it might cost me 50 credits just for this one. The second tip I want to give you guys is how to manage your prompts. You could input 30 prompts, but it will take a lot of time to process and it will basically cost you a lot of credits. So when you start with a few prompts, very specific one. So you can ask me, okay, Julian, how do we select prompts? Because we don't know what people are actually looking for in LLMs. What I suggest is for you to use prompt with, let's say, minimum 6 to 7 words. People are discussing with LLM. They are asking questions. They don't really ask 2 words question. They are asking, what is the best organic food for dog in 2026 in the US? They are looking for longer, for sentences, for questions. So I would suggest that you use minimum 6 to 7 words. A small trick that I'm doing, if you have Google Search Console, you can go into your Google Search Console and check all the queries that your website is showing up that have minimum 6 to 7 words. And there you can find some prompt and some long tail keywords that people are already looking for. So try to run the automation every day so you have daily data for your different prompts, and you can see that sometimes your prompt will show from one day to the other. Then you can select that data in Google Sheet and just play around inserting pivot table, inserting charts to make visualization of that data. It's really helpful to see trends and evolutions. A final trick that I like to do with the automation is not to track only my brand, but track my competitor brand. I use the same prompt, but I put the brand of my competitors and I see if they show up on the same prompt. We arrive at the end of the video. If you want to install the template for your brand, you just have to click the link in the description, copy it in your account, create your prompts, add your brand, and you can start tracking your brand mentions. Thanks for watching the video. Please try the template. Let us know in the comments how it works for you and how we can actually improve it. Happy automating.